Hey, what's up, everybody? Michael the Ark here, and today we are out here on GreedFall. If you're joining live now or you are joining for the archive later, thank you very much. We're trying something different today so I can sit right up at my computer and just play directly on the screen instead of having to play up here and be sitting back and hurting my neck and all of that stuff. So we're going to see how this goes, and let's jump on into it. And I want y'all to let me know immediately if you see a thing pop up that's a gray screen that says Elgato, no signal. If you see that, then I need to know right then that y'all seen that. So thank you very much for letting me know, by the way. We are going to continue our game. Oh my gosh, look at the HDR values of it. That's pretty darn cool. So I got HDR working on it again. I had to go in and change some things and set it up. Talk to the soldier starting the search, or to start searching the patrol.
Are you ready to go, Your Excellency?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
I can see a little bit of lag with it, but not a whole lot.
Let's not waste any time.
I'm not wasting time, dude. I'm looting.
Let's not waste any time. Let's hurry.
I need to get me a 4K monitor. That would be so cool. Have me a 4K monitor right here. And
Is that the patrol we're looking for?
Yes. That's them. More victims of these savages. But 2 of the soldiers are missing. Maybe they managed to escape. They'll surely need help. We should look for them.
okay. It looks like... Alright.
Help! Help, please!
I don't know why, but on here it looks... It looks extremely laggy for some reason, sometimes. I wasn't having that problem before when I've tried this. I'm trying to, it's a slightly different method than what I had. So let me come over here and do device default, and we'll see what it does.
I'm in trouble!
That fixed it.
Please help me!
This man needs to be cared for. But in his condition, we can't take him back to the outpost.
Allow me. There. That should be better.
Thank you, sir. Without your help, I would probably have died here.
Tell us what happened.
We came across a group of rebel savages. It was a massacre. A few seconds later, only Franz and I were left. We fled. I managed to drag myself here, but he was not so lucky. The savages caught up with him.
Was he captured? Did you see where they took him?
They headed north to Frazonegan, but in the state I was in, I didn't see much else.
Your Excellency, please. We should get him out of there. They're bound to torture and kill him.
We'll take care of it, Corporal. The rebels must have left traces when dragging the prisoner. But not you. You must help your wounded man to reach the outpost. Come on.
Okay. I'm gonna just run around this way. Yeah, whatever I had done, it is having a little lag here and there, but not, I don't know. I don't know if it's the game, and it's just because I'm on a smaller screen, I'm seeing it more, or what's going on. But I can definitely tell the HDR is working now. So, to get the HDR to work, I had to go in and set up my... Oh crap, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to kill the fox. I thought it was a pheasant. I'm sorry, little fox. I didn't realize you were a fox. Alright, so... we'll get in here and maybe in the light it'll do better, but it does look really good. And it's crisp, too. It would not let me loot the fox.
There's our group of rebels. The soldier they captured looks dead.
Let's go, Renaigze. Stand up. Quayes.
My name is Desardet. I'm the legate of the congregation. I'm here because I want to talk to your chief.
I know who you are. The Renaigze on Ol Manawi. What do you want to say to Armal?
I want to talk to him about the abductions and to understand what's going on.
You would be the first Renaigze to care. How do we know you're not just saying that to find out where our camp is?
Siora.
You know who I am, Sengots.
Yes. You are the Donegat of Gais Rad, the daughter of Bladnid.
So you know that my mother fought lions to free our people. And she lost. If anyone can prevent you from meeting the same fate, it's my friend. You should really lead us to your chief.
I believe you, Donegat. Very well. Tell me when you are ready to follow me to our camp.
Okay.
Are you ready to follow me, Renaigze?
Yes.
Let's go.
It's this way.
Let's stay on guard.
What are you afraid of? That the Donea Exregau have set a trap for us.
It's this way.
All right. It's this way.
I'm letting my comrades know we're here, so that they let us pass. Follow me. We are almost there.
Oh, okay.
It's this way. Come on.
Now he's escorting me, and it's saying I'm going to lose him if I don't get closer to him. Okay.
It's this way. This is our main camp. This is where you will find our Mal. I hope I am not wrong to lead you here, and that you are not a traitor.
So, here's the famous rebel camp. I hope their leader can tell us more about these abductions.
Dunsowed Camp. Oh, wow. HDR really changes the way it looks.
Who are you and what are you doing here, Anaikse?
My name is Desardet. I'm the legate of the merchant congregation. I came to talk to you about the abductions and your forthcoming attack.
And how did you find our camp?
I convinced one of your men to bring me.
Please, Mal. Explain to him what you know. He can help us free our brothers.
Well, I'll tell you what we know, then you'll understand why we have to fight lions. Many seasons ago, Sinolmanawi started to disappear. Lions attacked the villages and took them with them. We never saw them again. They were either crazy or so injured that even our best Donegad couldn't do anything. So we counterattacked and captured some of their soldiers. And we learned that they were taking our people to a place they call a laboratory. It is there that they torture and kill them. They talked about experiments.
Experiments? So that was the reason for all these abductions. But what do they hope to discover?
Alert! The lions are attacking! Traitor! It was you who led them to us!
No, I swear. They asked me to investigate. It was never a question of attacking you.
Then prove it! Fight with us!
The Alliance betrayed me as much as you. I owe them nothing.
All right.
You have fought bravely, and your word is true on Almanawi.
The Alliance is the ally of the congregation. Taking your side was not a decision I made lightly. But Governor Burren used and betrayed us, and he will answer for it. Please, wait before you attack. I will do everything to dismantle this laboratory and release your people.
I trust you, so we will wait. But don't take too long. Qua awalem seg on Almanawi.
Goodbye.
Right, let's see if we can find the bodies. I think they were all down here. There's not... That's kind of odd. Hey, wait a minute. What is this? Ooh, I got hiccups. We're gonna have to go put up stuff, I'm pretty sure. Well, we're at 300 of 500, so... Either go sell stuff or break it down or put it up or whatever. A forgotten key. Alright, let's see if we can get out of here. Oh, wait a minute, not what I'm trying to do. We need to keep going straight this way, and then take a right. Okay, I got you. Okay. Oh, nice. Let's get rid of that one. All right. I don't know if I'm going to be able to play it this way or not. The way it's kind of doing, I think I am going to switch it up here in just a minute. It won't take but a second to do that, though. Alright, so we've got a bunch of these on us. Let's put up... trying to reduce this a little bit. We'll just leave that. Alright. Let me back up, and I'm going to go ahead and save... Oh, maybe I'm not. Alright, now we can. I'm going to go ahead and let this save. I'm going to back up and change this out. I think it will work on other games maybe, but just for this right now, I don't think it's what I want to do. I am going to leave the one that is 214. I do not want to overwrite that one. Alright, let me do this then. Yes, I did. CG came in and left. She didn't say anything. Oh wow, gosh, that look, I really would not have thought so, but it looks so much better. What I think I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna bring my TV down and build my monitors around it, so you know it'll be good. Oh man, that doesn't look good. I doubt that. It's Wednesday and people are asleep or at work. check that out. Nice. Oh, I don't know. CG likes this game. Lady Phoenix said that she doesn't have internet working right now, so... And Bad's asleep, I would assume. Miss Grinch can't come in now that they've changed people where she works. And she can't come in unless she's on break now. I guess they got more people there. Yeah, I can definitely see the difference up here. And if I watch the preview down there, it does not lag. So I think that what's going on is it was trying to produce that preview twice. And that's why it was doing it. But the colors that I'm seeing are more toned down than what are on the thing. So I'm not sure why that is. But like that right there to me is a really dullish red, and on the monitor this is more orange on there. Uh-oh, it did say Elgato. Let me see if I can fix that. Right, that should fix it. It's supposed to only do that if it has a... Basically, if it's trying to send too much at one time. So I might need to switch it to 59.94 frames per second. We'll see if that does it. That's the matching output. So,
Lord de Sade, what? Enough with the formalities, Excellency. You owe me an explanation. Did you order your troops to attack while I was negotiating under a white flag?
I assure you that I have no idea what you are talking about. I would never have placed your life in harm's way. The alliance with the congregation is crucial, and you know it. Your suspicions are unfounded. I'm sorry. It is now clear that decisions are being made without my consent. I'm going.
You mock me, Excellency. I can't believe this matter slipped your vigilance. Everything the Danea Exregao have told me has proven true. Your men attacked and carried off natives. I witnessed it. According to what I've been told, they are taken to a place where experiments are carried out, where they are tortured.
It is true that I knew of the existence of this laboratory. The place is dedicated to research on the Malachor. If a remedy is ever to be discovered, it will happen there. But I assure you that I was not aware that natives were being taken there.
Allow me to doubt your sincerity, Excellency. I intend to pay the place a visit and see for myself what happens there. Who directs the research?
Our most brilliant savant, the Dr. Asili. Certainly his legend precedes him. He is the master of your friend, the Professor Afra. Would you like to speak with me about any other subjects?
I have to go. Look forward to seeing you again.
Farewell, my lord.
We're all heated, and then, oh, I have to go. I look forward to seeing you again. Let's check out this new stuff. Oh man. Okay, so I can actually get rid of that. And that's a blue-green as well. We're going to put that in there for now, but wow, that's nice. I don't care a thing about any of those. I do not need that one because I have that. I like that one better, but I'm going to hold on to that for now. Yeah, that's a different one. All right. Well, we're in the city of Hikmet, so let's look and see what's going on here. What does this say? All right. Now in this light, it's almost exactly the same. It's like there's more vibrancy on my monitor than on my TV, but I might have it dialed down a little bit on my TV purposely.
Halt! No one enters!
You speak to the legate of the merchant congregation, soldier. I have been sent by Governor Buren. I have to talk to Dr. Asili.
I don't take orders from the governor, nor the congregation. Be on your way.
He won't obey me either, Greenblood. He's not from my regiment.
Sorry, soldier, but I'm coming in, whether you like it or not.
To arms!
I don't care if y'all like me or you don't. At least it gave me the option to go in that time.
Expecting that. It's a real fortress.
There must be other guards. Be careful.
No, they didn't like it.
How awful. They've been reduced to burning the bodies.
How could members of the Guard choose to participate in this massacre?
Every single one of you need to just go. If y'all are gonna do this, then you need to die. You're not worth even being around. The mechanism is fragile. We got a key. Okay. Let me look into this.
Locked. I don't have the key. It's blocked.
All right. We're gonna have to get the key from somebody else then, I guess.
Move away!
All right, y'all need to give me the key now.
Locked. I don't have the key.
Let me look at something. Okay, what I can do is I can take this when I level up the next time. I can take this and we'll be good. I can just throw on the other thing and we'll finish it. But we got to find some people to kill because we're almost there. So, Nameless, do you like games like this where it would be more action RPG type stuff like this? Such as, I mean, you might like Dragon Age or Skyrim or something like that, is what I'm getting at.
Locked. I don't have the key.
Yeah, man, they are doing a lot better. Nameless, okay. I was gonna say, if you whisper, I cannot read it, so I might have to get you to do it again. What we're going to do is go ahead and try to unlock the other one first. I think I don't know if I got the key right there or not, but we'll see.
I don't have the key.
So you like stuff like this as opposed to Diablo, is what you're saying. Or are you saying first-person stuff? You can't go into first person on this one. And this is lockpick level 2. Okay.
I don't have the key.
You are on Olmenawi. Are you going to free us?
Yes, that's why I'm here. And to find out what's going on.
What's going on? We are locked up. They make us drink horrible things. We're starving. They hit us. They take our blood. They cut us up. They tell us we will die to save the Renaigse from a horrible disease. But I pray that the wicked birds catch it and die. Please get us out of here.
I will do my best. Don't worry.
I want the one who did this to know fear and suffering.
Let's hold this good doctor to account.
You're not one of those nasty birds, are you?
No. I've come to put an end to all these horrors. To save you. But I thought they only captured the Onol Manawi.
I don't know why they brought us here. But they hurt us. I saw them cut a friend of mine into pieces. Get us out of here. Trokaret.
I'll find a way.
How can anyone do something like this to another person? We don't even treat animals like that.
Oh. Tipper is, hey, look, I've moved my blanket, and he looked at my feet like, what? Why you move it, Daddy? Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of first person. Now, I don't mind if it's a shooter. I don't mind first person as much, but when it's a game like this, I hate first person, but there are some games like Skyrim that you absolutely have to go into first person mode for certain things. I hear you, Bad. I hate having to update stuff too. Like in Skyrim, it's extremely hard to actually do certain things, like pick up stuff.
A few hours ago. They could not survive this mutilation.
And they were steered. They were cut up like pieces of meat. May the volcano engulf those who did this.
Who are you? You have no right to be here.
I have come to free your prisoners and put an end to all the horrors that take place here.
I knew this would happen eventually. This all went too far. Dr. Asili, he lost his mind a long time ago. But what are you going to do with us?
Arrest you. Then I expect you will be sentenced.
No, please! We only followed the doctor's orders. We tried to stop him, but he is the director of the lab.
You could have reported it to the governor or left this place.
He threatened to destroy our lives. We could not... Please, don't look us up.
You can say all of this in court. It's up to them to judge you.
They will want to make an example of us. We'll not see the light again.
You should have thought about that before helping that monster.
Me? Yeah. I've done what I thought Siora would want the most. Native and Naught captives.
This note carefully describes the sequence of the experiments. There are even sketches. It's hard not to feel sick. This is proof of all the horrors committed here.
I'm doing all right, Bad. How are you doing, man? And here, it's cause I have HDR on, Bad.
It's locked.
Who are you, and under what right do you enter here?
I am the legate of the merchant congregation, and I'm here to put an end to your crimes.
My crimes? What are you talking about? My work was for the good of humanity. Don't tell me you're crying over some savages. The survival of our species requires sacrifice.
What did you hope to find from all these experiments?
Since the Malachor never reached this island, I wanted to check if these savages were sensitive to it. And I discovered that they were naturally resistant. Do you realize the implications of this discovery? So I tried to isolate this resistance to develop a cure.
Hey, CG.
In order to send it to the people on the continent. But I doubt that you will be able to understand the subtlety of such an approach.
This man is a cold-blooded reptile. My brothers and sisters were no more than ants to him.
You are a very beautiful specimen. When I think of the power flowing through your veins.
We learned everything we wanted to know. This lab will close and you will answer for everything you have done.
You think so? Guards, capture these people!
To my health! And death to the other!
Stop! Think of my knowledge. All that I have accomplished. That can never disappear.
You will answer for your crimes in court.
But I'll be out soon. My colleagues will understand the importance of my work.
We shall see about that.
New cog. Oh, nice. Oh, man. There's another doctor that's a colleague of his, that tried to poison both of us. That's how... So that is how Constantine became poisoned.
Constantine's malachor was caused by a silly. The potion we were made to drink when we landed on the island was contaminated. How dare he do such a thing? And why?
I'm sorry, Greenblood. I never thought someone would try to kill him that way.
Oh, man. Okay, so we have a problem. I don't think I have the key to get them out. If I could go one more level, then yeah, I could, but I don't have that level I need. Ouch. That hurt. CG, how are you doing today? Oh, I'm sorry. This, no. Alright, see, I've actually got to see if I can get back. Possible to climb. We have screwed up. Okay. Wow. I don't know if this is going to be a good one for us or not. We're going to try to reload it. I hope that we're outside of this. Okay, we are. So we got to kill these people. We can't go through there yet. So yeah, I don't know how to work that, but there's a way to open that up apparently. That is our exit, basically. I have a feeling that's supposed to be the key. Yeah. That's his lab. We're gonna see if potentially we got it somehow. I don't recall picking up a key though, that's the problem. I did get it, okay.
Thank you. Thank you. We owe you our lives.
Just a little more patience. I still have to release the other prisoners.
That's the knots. I don't recall picking up the key, but we must have taken it off of him when we defeated him.
Let's go now. I want to see my people again.
Just one moment. I haven't freed all the prisoners yet.
Whoa, 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 whoa! What the heck? He was running by himself.
Now that they are free, we must help the prisoners escape this place.
They can't leave through the city. The guards will stop them, or worse.
So we have to find another way to get them out.
All right, let's go this way. Now we gotta turn. Go here. Okay.
It's perfect. We just have to clear the way.
I'm gonna save it before we go down in there. Just in case, because I don't want to have to keep running through here.
Let's go. I found a way out of the city. But be careful. You are weakened, and creatures roam these tunnels. I will lead the way.
Okay.
To the others!
How are you today, bad sir? Everything good with you? I think what you need to do is buy you a 4K gaming monitor with sound. Oh, bull. Oh, bull.
There you are. You're free.
You have saved our lives. How can we thank you?
We will never forget what you have done for us on Almenawi.
Yes, we will always be grateful.
We're not very far from the Hikmet outpost. You will have to be careful.
I know how to reach the port without being seen.
Perfect. As for you, you should take refuge in Vikshadir. You will be safe there, but you should avoid the Alliance patrols.
We'll get there. Qua awalem segven.
Okay. Today is not the day for you to be doing this mess. Oh wow, we had a bunch of stuff there, didn't we? Let's talk to him.
Greetings. My caravan goes through all the cities.
Ouch.
The journey is safe. So, where would you like to go?
I would like to remove this blanket from my lap for a minute. Wow. Whew. My legs are hot.
Thank you, but I'll continue.
She won't take me to Hikmet.
Hello, Captain.
Your Excellency, what can I do
No.
for you?
I have the one over there on.
I'm a scout.
Goodbye.
We're just going to travel to the Desarde residence because it's so much closer. So I have a feeling that we're going to have to choose a side in the future. And whatever we have to do, I'm going to tell y'all now, we are not going to side with Hikmet.
Oh, Desarde, Your Excellency. I wanted to apologize for the sharp way I dismissed you the last time we met. That schemer, who claimed to have proof against you, never came back. At any rate, I have no doubt she weaved a web of lies. Well, I hope you will not hold it against us.
I've been to Asili's laboratory and what I discovered was abominable. Hundreds of poor souls tortured, victims of horrifying experiments. There were so many dead that a pit had been dug to burn the bodies.
How horrifying. I cannot believe it.
The natives were not the only victims of these crimes. There are also a number of Nauts.
Nauts? Pardon me for doubting you, but do you have proof of what you say? And have you brought Dr. Asili to me so he may answer these accusations?
Yes, we captured him.
Really? Very well. I will ensure that he is judged as quickly as possible. What was done with the prisoners that were being held in the laboratory?
They were freed. The Danae Exregau are satisfied and should call off their attack.
What a relief. Finally, some good news. How can I repay you?
By allowing me to take part in the trial proceedings. What I saw merits justice, and I fear that the accused will find a great many defenders amongst his fellow savants.
It is a rather novel request, but granted. I shall inform the prosecutor. Let us remember that the madness of a man should not cast a shadow upon the greater sum of his work. His research is perhaps our only chance of discovering a remedy. Would you like to speak with me about any other subjects?
Okay. No.
I have to go. Look forward to seeing you again.
Farewell, my lord.
Okay. So, this time, we're going over here to attributes or talents, and we are going to officially get lockpicking level 2. So now we technically are on lockpicking level 3 because we have the extra thing. Attributes. Accuracy we could boost, strength we could boost, agility would be great. Strength would be for blunt weapons, it says. I'm thinking that we need agility level 5 for what we were wanting to do. I'm not gonna do this one just yet then. So skill points, we've got 1 skill point, and we're just kind of going down through the shit we don't want. I don't care if I have to fight the entire city myself, I will do it. Did you see them all spawn in?
Hello. To whom do I have the honor of speaking?
Desarde. I'm the legate of the merchant congregation. Governor Buren told me to pay you a visit.
Oh. It is you who arrested Dr. Asili and must help me prepare the trial.
Exactly.
Excellent. We will have lots to do if we want the doctor to pay for his crimes. The accused has a lot of support. Any evidence and testimonies you can gather will be useful.
We'll have no problem gathering witnesses. His laboratory cells were full of them.
We will call them to the witness box, of course. But be aware that if the victims are natives, their words will unfortunately not carry much weight here.
There were also some noughts. Perhaps I could convince some of the Doctor's colleagues to talk.
Their testimony will be crucial. The word of other scholars is likely to be the only thing that condemns him. That plus any material evidence you can gather.
I picked up a strange powder in the laboratory. A substance that I've not been able to identify.
You should show it to an alchemist. We need to know what it is to be able to use it.
These documents describe Dr. Asili's work, as well as the horrible experiments he was performing.
Perfect. I will read them in detail. We will no doubt find something to support my prosecution.
I have found a letter proving that Dr. Asili voluntarily transmitted the Malachor to my cousin, Constantin d'Orsay. I would like to add that I too was a victim of this poisoning.
Did the accused try to take the life of the governor of New Serene? This is an extremely serious crime.
Indeed. He saw my cousin and me as the ideal control group to prove his theories. And no humanitarian or diplomatic consideration could put a stop to his ambition.
This letter alone is crucial proof. I will put it on our file.
Do we have any chance of winning?
Yes, I am rather confident. You have provided overwhelming evidence. But if we had witnesses, we would have an even bigger chance of winning.
I will return to you soon. The Nauts should be at the port, and the islanders had to take refuge in Vikshadir. As for the scientists, they said they would go back to the governor's laboratory. I should give this powder to someone who can tell me what it is.
I'll be about 1 minute. I'll be right back. All right. So I just had to move that blanket because that if you put anything on this desk over here, it prevents the airflow from coming up and over. And right where I'm sitting, that is where it's so hot at. So, all right. Oh. I am going to see if my aunt may be making me a sandwich. I'll have to run and grab it. Really? So this one is not like the others at all. I hear a baby crying. How far away are we? Okay. All right. I'm not sure what Afra.
Desade, I'm happy to see you. I can't wait to find this famous cave of knowledge and what it contains. I could probably go alone, but just think about what you could learn, and not only about yourself. Don't you want to understand where your face markings come from?
Another time, maybe. I have other priorities right now.
Anything else?
Nah.
I must leave you.
So I can romance her, but I can't romance Siora.
Karantz, do you need something?
I've never heard you. What happened? I must.
I apparently screwed up the decision, whatever it was, for her. Unfortunately. Oh.
Desade, I'm happy to see you. I could probably go. Don't you want to?
Another time, maybe.
Anything else?
I would like you to tell me about Asili.
I was expecting you to come and see me about this. What would you like to know?
Were you aware of Dr. Asili's experiments?
In part, yes. That's why I chose not to be his student any longer.
Why not say anything?
Because I never thought he would go so far. Over time, he became more and more cruel. I found his approach brutal. As if by meeting the natives it deprived him of all humanity. He spoke of them as test subjects, never as people. But there was a time when he was the greatest doctor and scientist in the Alliance. And I clung on to that memory.
You do know that you were captured thanks to him?
Yes, but I thought the natives wanted to trade us merely as prisoners of war. I was blind. And stupid. I regret it terribly.
Do you think, as your master does, that science justifies all sacrifices?
Well, I never imagined it would have led to such cruel treatment. But if we want to live in a better world, free from the Malachor, we will have to make sacrifices.
In your opinion, were the horrors practiced in this laboratory necessary for his research?
No, even if he was convinced of it. General interest outweighs the suffering of a few individuals. He wanted results quickly, to the point of neglecting slower, more humane methods. Well, like many of us, he was affected by the corpses we saw piling up because of the Malachor, and the urgency of finding a cure made him forego all morality. It's horrible, and I regret all the suffering he's caused, but I guess I can understand it.
Would you be willing to testify against Dr. Asili during his trial?
No, Desade. I'm sorry. You know that I disapprove of what he did, but I don't think I can take responsibility for his death if he's convicted.
I understand.
Anything else?
I must leave you.
Convince a Naut to testify? Okay, well... Where is the Naut at? Way down here. What is this one?
Is everything all right?
Once again, thanks to you. These people wanted to kill me.
They certainly wanted to prevent you from testifying at the doctor's trial.
The doctor will be judged. I suppose you'd like me to testify about how we suffered.
Indeed. If you do not fear another attempt on your life by these men.
Don't worry. I won't put up with intimidation. From now on, my people will watch over me until I can testify. And I intend to witness the execution of our torturer. You can count on me.
Thank you. Your word will be crucial during the trial.
All right. So this one's... I guess we gotta go back this way. I done got hungry. Oh yeah, we can lockpick anything now. We gotta go back to our main area and lockpick that. What the heck? What's so big of a deal about that we get in here? I didn't know it was going to do that. I thought we would climb it. So we should have went the other way, but that's fine. Yeah, I was going to climb the thing. Boom! Wait. What's that? Wait a minute, are we in the research laboratory?
I never thought I'd see you here again. Why are you still free?
Dr. Honor made sure that I was set free. He needed my help. What do you want?
What is your purpose here?
I helped Dr. Honor to understand the research of my former master. He's the one who became his successor.
I do hope that he doesn't use the same methods.
Of course not.
What about your other colleagues? What's become of them?
They felt guilty. They stopped their experiments and returned to Al-Sad.
What do the other scholars think of Dr. Asili now that his actions have been revealed for all to see?
Most still admire him greatly. He was the greatest amongst us, you know? They didn't witness what was happening in the lab, and they have little interest in the natives. For them, the main problem is political, given that the war against the rebels cost us dearly. Until they understand the horrors that happened there, they will not have any moral issues.
All right, give me just a second. I've got to... All right, sorry. My darn ear is... It feels wet inside.
I discovered this strange powder in one of the laboratory's chests. Do you know what it is?
I did see the doctor using it once or twice, but I don't know what it is. But I can study it for you if you want. I have the tools that will allow me to do so here.
So,
yes, please.
What is it?
It is a quintessence of black blood. Probably created using the blood of numerous patients. The doctor managed to harness the very concept of the Malachor in this powder. A single pinch ingested by someone would be enough for them to be afflicted by the disease. With the quantities that you brought me, Hundreds of people could be contaminated. It's terrifying. I cannot believe Asili would do such a thing. Here, these are my notes. I wrote down all the details of my experiments, as well as my conclusions.
Thank you. I will relay them to the prosecutor. Are you prepared to testify against Dr. Asili?
I would like to say no. You had me thrown in prison, and without Dr. Honor's intervention, I would still be there. But I can't stop thinking about what we did in that laboratory. I think only by testifying will I ease my conscience.
Thank you. Your story could change the outcome of this trial. I must leave you. What she saw working alongside Asili obviously upset her. She will make an excellent witness.
Dr. Honor, what do you want?
What is your role and what is your research topic?
I'm in charge of the governor's laboratories. My main research concerns the Malachor, of course. Above all, we searched for a way to reduce the suffering of the sick.
Searched?
Now that we have access to my colleague Asili's work, it gives us hope of finding a cure.
So the crimes he committed while conducting his work do not concern you?
He will be judged for that. But it would be a shame for him to have done all this for nothing.
What do you think of Dr. Asili now that you've learned how he conducted his research?
Well, obviously the few excesses he has conceded himself are unfortunate, but he remains the greatest scientist that the Alliance has ever known. His work has had a profound effect on science. It seems quite unfair to me to reduce his life's work just to what he has done lately.
If I understand correctly, you will be one of his defenders.
Naturally. I don't deny that he made a terrible mistake, but he meant well. And he was probably acting on behalf of our helplessness to combat the Malachor.
Would you agree to speak at the trial? Your influence could be crucial.
Oh, but I already intended to give a statement. His lawyer came to find me.
So are you ready to defend a man who used to torture and murder to advance his research?
Indeed, because I think the entire work of a scientist should not be judged on a single mistake. It is obvious that he should not have used such methods, but Asili has never been very political. I doubt he understood the implications of his actions.
So you're saying the only problem in this case is political?
Essentially, yes. The war he nearly caused could have been expensive for our governor and the city, but let's not fool ourselves. No tears will be shed over the fate of a few of those bloodthirsty savages.
Oh.
I took a look at a few pages of your research. I was very impressed.
Really? You're very kind. But these are the leads we had to abandon.
Due to pressure from Dr. Asili, if I've understood correctly.
Indeed. According to him, focusing on the reasons behind the contamination was a waste of time. All that mattered was the cure.
And you want to defend him? How many promising leads did you give up to please him? Why continue to serve him when you could finally gain your independence?
You are not wrong. Very well, you've convinced me. I will now testify for the prosecution. It is true that it's time to turn the page and leave his cruel methods behind.
Thank you, Doctor.
I really don't want him in there either.
Scholar. His testimony would convince the judges.
Really do not want him in there either. Oh man, that's going to suck. I think it's this way. So being Wednesday, I don't know what all I am doing later tonight, but I know that I had promised my aunt I would help her clean up some today. I don't know if she is feeling up to it. If she is, though, I'm probably going to head out here in about 20 minutes or so. I'm not sure. If not, I might even be on another 2 hours anyway. But I'm not sure what she has planned for today, being that it is Wednesday. So
At the fiery flasks, you'll find the quintessence. Greetings. What can I s- I was honored by your visit. Please, come back whenever you want.
Hey! You are the Onol Menawi who freed us. We managed to reach Vikshadir.
They told me what you did for them, Renaikse. Well done. I was able to give them the care they needed. Some wounds will take time to heal, but they are safe thanks to you.
I'm happy to see that they're better.
But you didn't come here for that, did you?
No. I came to ask for your help. The doctor who captured and tortured you is about to be tried for his crimes. He has a lot of support among his people. He's a respected man despite what he did. If we don't have testimony from some of his victims, he will surely be released.
You'll have our words. We'll go to the Grand City and tell our story.
And the Mad Lion will die for causing so much harm to our people.
May the earth engulf him. You can return to Hikmet. I'll make sure they get there in good health.
Thank you, Tiernahach. And thank you all. I blame myself for forcing these poor people back to the city where they have suffered so much.
My people are strong and proud. They will not be afraid to speak in front of your judges for justice.
I believe our investigation is coming to an end. Let's find the prosecutor.
well, I don't see it. Is this the travel stone? Oh, it's hidden. This is a very hard place to find. Alright, I am going to wait just a minute before I go in there. Guard barracks. So I wanted to give that ad time to finish up. All right.
You have returned, Your Excellency. Do you have any news on our matter?
An alchemist studied the powder that we found in the laboratory. Apparently, it's some kind of concentrate made from the blood of several patients with the Malachor. It seems that less than a pinch of this powder is enough to contaminate whoever consumes it. There's enough here to make a small town sick.
A terrifying thought. I will add the analysis and this powder to the evidence on record. You have gathered overwhelming evidence. The defense will have a hard time saving the accused. I think we can go to trial with confidence now.
A Naut victim of Dr. Asili agreed to testify at the trial.
Excellent. This kind of testimony will certainly rattle his defense.
The islanders will testify at the trial. Their injuries will surely convince the judges.
Indeed. But do bear in mind that the islanders are not highly regarded in Hikmet.
I managed to convince the scientists in the governor's laboratory to speak in our favor.
Excellent. These are not direct witnesses, but if they denounce the doctor, we are sure to be heard.
I even got a testimony from one of Dr. Asili's colleagues.
Perfect. That will convince our scientists, and you know how important they are in Hikmet.
Afra unfortunately refuses to testify. She fears she will be responsible for the death of her former master.
A shame. But it is her choice. We can only respect it.
All right, let's start the trial.
It seems to be the right time. Excellent investigation work. I think we have every chance of winning.
Where will the trial be held?
At the palace. I regret to inform you that you will not be able to attend. However, I'm sure the governor will keep you informed of the outcome of the proceedings.
If he is not
congratulations. The
killed, I will kill him.
Asili's madness was exposed to the entire world, and you have demonstrated the horror of his methods.
Thank you, Excellency. But all praise should be showered upon Sir Desade. The evidence he supplied was irrefutable.
It was necessary that you hear the victims, in order to understand the extremities to which your science has taken you.
Come now. One cannot conclude that science was guilty here.
Not science, but the savants were. It is never right to set aside humanity in the name of the common good. No knowledge justifies killing or torture.
Your words are wise, and I promise to remember them.
You have not always shown yourself a man of impeccable judgment, Excellency.
We are all, from time to time, victim of our own blind enthusiasm, that is true. But this trial has shaken my usual resolve. It may very well change the course of history.
Okay. Go to the execution with Afra. Oh, we're gonna make her witness what happened. We're taking Siora because Siora wants to see it, so... We'll leave Kurt at home. I don't really care for Afra much.
Are you certain that you want to attend this?
I do not want to attend. I must.
Dr. Asili, you have been found guilty of all accusations brought against you. In consequence, the Bridge Alliance Tribunal condemns you to death. Do you have any final words?
You treat me like a monster. But how many times have you stayed your own hands? So close to the goal to finally find a remedy, you would have done as I. What do a few lives mean when the future of all humanity hangs in the balance? You are nothing more than idiots, incompetents, and you, Baron, are the greatest hypocrite of all. You know that I am right.
Executioner, earn your pay.
Earn your pay.
You know that I am right.
Heads will roll.
Desade, I'm happy to see you. I can't wait to find this famous cave of knowledge and what it contains. I could probably go alone. Don't you want to understand where your face markings come from?
We're going to accept.
I will accompany you.
Thank you, Desade.
But we're gonna...
Let's return to Duncas's village. Our new friends will surely be able to tell us more about this cave.
Okay. We're going to save it here. Alright, hold on. Alright. My aunt said she needs me, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish up here for now. I may come back later tonight if I'm feeling up to it. I'd like to get more of this done, but since we just saved, just a good point. What I plan to do is put Ciora up and get Kurt to help, basically, I guess, and then I don't know. I think I'll try to take both of them, and then if it messes up, we'll reload that save and take Kurt instead of Ciora, because I don't want to lose any more favor with Ciora. So we're going to end there for today, though. Thank y'all all for watching, and I much appreciate all of you being here. I am loving this game so much. I really want to play more of it. I just have not had a lot of time, and with my thumbs the way they have been hurting, I haven't really wanted to play PlayStation much because of that. But I will be back tomorrow, at least at the latest. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. And I will see y'all then. Y'all have a great day. If I'm not back, or if I do come back, y'all still have a great day anyway. But I will see y'all next time.